Hello everyone, welcome to Arpita Sharma classes. I am Arpita Sharma, your educator, and as I promised in part 1, we'll be covering all the important articles which gives the jurisdiction power related to original jurisdiction to the Supreme Court. तो हम सुप्रीम कोर्ट जहां से पावर्स अपनी लेता है उन सभी आर्टिकल्स को कवर करेंगे. मैंने आपको पार्ट 1 में ही प्रॉमिस किया था. एंड दिस लेक्चर विल बी टारगेटिंग द इंडियन पॉलिटी फॉर योर अपकमिंग प्रिलिमिनरी एग्जामिनेशन. तो आपके आने वाले प्रीलिम्स के जो एग्जाम है ना, उसके लिए ये जो आपका लेक्चर रहेगा, ये जो सीरीज रहेगी दैट आई हैव लॉन्च, दैट विल बी वेरी हेल्पफुल. आई एम नॉट जस्ट टारगेटिंग दी prelims examination, I'm also targeting mains GS paper 2 Indian polity. And if you have a PubAd as your optional, then also this will be very helpful. So over here you can see that Indian polity, the sources that I am covering for to prepare these lectures for you are the class 11 12th NCERTs of Indian polity, that is Pol Science, and the M. Lakshmikant book and various other websites by government, the government websites. I am also taking help of them to prepare these lectures for all of you. Now make sure that you take down notes during the lecture only. Lecture के साथ साथ अपने notes लेते रहना. जैसे जैसे आप चीज समझते जा रहे हो वैसे वैसे notes बनाते जाओ. Notes बनाने में it's not difficult to make notes. That's common sense. The things that you understand and you think you should note down because later on you will forget, just note them down in your register. That's it. Right. So make sure that you take short notes in format of flowchart or mind map or points, etc. And the whichever way you like the most, and do not just copy paste, take down your own notes as per your own understanding. Let's begin. Article 131. Now it was in news also recently. The Kerala government filed a civil lawsuit in the Supreme Court challenging the CAA 2019. ये न्यूज में भी रहा है. CAA 2019 का जो था, जो आपका सिटीजनशिप अमेंडमेंट एक्ट था, उसके अगेंस्ट केरला गवर्नमेंट ने ना क्या किया, सुप्रीम कोर्ट में एक लॉ सूट दर्ज किया. अंडर द प्रोविजंस ऑफ आर्टिकल 131, केरला सेड दैट द एक्ट CAA इज वायोलेटिव ऑफ डॉक्ट्रिन ऑफ बेसिक स्ट्रक्चर. It is against the principle of equality, freedom and secularism, and that is a part of basic structure. So that is why they filed a lawsuit against it under article 131. That is, they called upon the article 131. Now we know Supreme Court is the federal court of India. Why do we call it a federal court of India? Why? Because federalism in India means there is a unity between center and state. There's a kind of cooperation between center and state, right? That is why we say that we have cooperative federalism. Bhaichara hai. Center state that work together in cooperation. And Supreme Court possesses the power of being a federal court. That means any dispute between center and state, Supreme Court solves it. Okay, that is why it is known as a federal court. Supreme Court possesses original jurisdiction. Now here when I say original jurisdiction, it means exclusive original jurisdiction. That means no other court in the country can decide disputes under Article 131 except for Supreme Court. Point clear हुआ? एक्सक्लूसिव ओरिजिनल जुरिस्डिक्शन आर्टिकल 131 सुप्रीम कोर्ट को देता है. इसका मतलब क्या है कि जो भी आर्टिकल 131 के तहत डिस्प्यूट सुप्रीम कोर्ट सॉल्व करता है, उसको सॉल्व करने की पावर सुप्रीम कोर्ट के पास है. ठीक है, पॉइंट क्लियर हुआ? नाउ इट पोसेसेस ओरिजिनल jurisdiction to decide the disputes arising between different units of Indian Federation. Now what are the different units of Indian Federation? यानी कि इंडियन फेडरेशन के जो अलग अलग अंग हैं. What are those? First, center and one or more states. If center is fighting with one or more states, in that case the issue will be solved by Supreme Court. Or center at one side with any of the states and one or more states on the other side. मतलब center और कोई एक state या कुछ group of states एक side पे हैं, बाकी states दूसरे side पे हैं. और two or more states, अगर दो या दो से ज्यादा states के बीच में भी लड़ाई है तो उसको भी solve करेगा Supreme Court. And another important point to note over here is, before we move further, here's a small announcement for all of you. As you all know that Unacademy is launching new batches from 15th of December. Unacademy ने नए batches start कर रहा है कल से, that is 15 December से. And these batches will be for 2022 as well as 2023 aspirants also. So make sure that you subscribe before 16th because 16th से ना price hike हो जाएगा Unacademy Plus के courses पर. As you can see, annual price hike is going to take place on 16th December. Before that, if you subscribe, you will get prices, the subscription and the batches at a very lower price. Okay. Another important point is now you can get 10% discount if you use code अर्पिता10. अगर आप ये कोड यूज करते हो तो आपको easily ना 10% ऑफ मिलेगा आपके प्लस के सब्सक्रिप्शन पर. The courses links are given below in the description box. Make sure you subscribe before 16th December. And we are also launching new optionals from 15th December. कल से ना नए optionals भी launch हो रहे हैं. PSIR, Sociology, PSIR, Maths, Philosophy, History, Geography, Management. So new optionals are also starting. So make sure you take your subscription before that. Now there are certain points that you should understand. Now I told you that disputes will be decided by Supreme Court under Article 131. But what kind of disputes? The disputes which involve a question of law, okay, on whose existence the legal right depends. Those kind of disputes will be decided under Article 131 between center and state by the Supreme Court. If there is any issue related to political nature, those disputes will not be taken up to Supreme Court. कोई political nature का dispute है, आपस में political parties अपने मुद्दों को लेकर लड़ रही हैं, वैसे disputes नहीं. वो disputes जिनके ऊपर लोगों के legal right depend करते हैं. For example, CAA. Your legal rights dependent now on CAA. So those disputes will be solved. Okay. Now, if any suit is brought before Supreme Court by a private citizen, यानी कि यहाँ पर अगर कोई भी केस फाइल होता है सुप्रीम कोर्ट में अंडर आर्टिकल 131 प्राइवेट सिटीजन के द्वारा, तो उसको एक्सेप्ट नहीं किया जाएगा. दैट विल नॉट बी एंटरटेन्ड और एक्सेप्टेड. ओके. एंड इफ देयर इज अ रेमेडी टू अ पर्टिकुलर इशू अंडर एनी अदर आर्टिकल ऑफ द कॉन्स्टिट्यूशन, then this article 131 will not be available. For example, in case of water disputes, remedy is available in article 262. Then article 131 will not be entertained. It will not be available for solving that issue. Okay. So this is article 131. ये है आपका article 131. I hope यहाँ तक clear हो गए हैं points आपको. Now we will study another important point under article 131. Now what is that? The question is, can a state challenge a central law under 131? क्या एक state, please write it down also, इस चीज को आप लिख भी लीजिए, ठीक है? The question is, can a state, I'm writing it down, can a state challenge a central law under article 131? क्या state challenge कर सकता है किसी central law को article 131 के अंदर? Okay, that is the question. Now, see, we are in the starting of this lecture, I told you that Kerala filed a petition raising the question of legality of CAA, okay, Citizenship Amendment Act. Now the Supreme Court has to decide if a state can claim that its legal rights are violated. Supreme Court को ये decide करना है क्या state claim कर सकता है, केरला state claim कर सकता है कि हमारे जो legal rights हैं उनको violate किया जा रहा है या fundamental rights violate हो रहे हैं. Also, what are those legal rights which have been violated? That also is the question that the Supreme Court has to ponder upon. Okay, point clear हो रहा है यहाँ तक? Now here in this case na Supreme Court gave conflicting judgments. For example, in the state of Madhya Pradesh versus Union of India 2011 case, the issue was related to electricity, and the court said that states cannot challenge a central law under Article 131. But on the other hand, after 4 years in 2015, there was a case, state of Jharkhand versus state of Bihar, wherein Supreme Court took opposite stance. It referred the question of law to a larger bench for final determination. Okay. Now another question crops up in these two cases. Another question crops up. The question is, can Supreme Court test the validity? Can Supreme Court test the validity of a law अंडर आर्टिकल 131? क्या सुप्रीम कोर्ट एक लॉ की वैलिडिटी आर्टिकल 131 के तहत डिटरमाइन कर सकता है, टेस्ट कर सकते हैं? देयर आर two or three, you can say, pillars through which the Supreme Court can test the validity of law under article 131. So there are three kinds of ways through which Supreme Court can test the validity of a law under article 131. First is through legislative competence. A law must be challenged in the court if it is in excess of the legislative competence of framing authority. Now, how can you test the competence? It can be checked by checking the subject matter of the law. If it belongs to the three list of the government, that is the union, state and the, concurrent list. All right. Second is Violation of rights. The court can check whether a particular law is violating either the fundamental or the constitutional right. Now I told you in the initial part of this lecture that Kerala government, what it did, it filed a petition in Supreme Court against validity of the Citizenship Amendment Act. So they said, Kerala government said that it was violating the fundamental rights. Okay, the Supreme Court will have to look into that petition, looking out the provisions of the act which are violating the fundamental rights. All right. Now the third is violation of the Constitution. The court can test a law if it is ultra vires the Constitution, if it is violating any of the basic structure of the Constitution. Okay. So violation of Constitution mein they will check, the Supreme Court will check if it is violating the basic structure of the Constitution or not. Okay. The basic features of the Constitution. Okay. And it is known as doctrine of basic structure of Constitution. Second doctrine that they can apply to test the violation of Constitution is doctrine of pith and substance. Now here pith word means true nature. Pith का मतलब होता है true nature, okay, or essence of something. Substance means, it means the most essential part of something, most important part of something, or essential part of something. The doctrine of piths and substances says that where the question arises of determining whether a particular law relates to a particular subject, or the court looks for the substance in that case. तो मान लीजिए for example if there is a case, ठीक है, and the case is related to violation of certain parts of the Constitution, certain areas of the Constitution. So using the doctrine of pith and substance, court will determine if that part of the Constitution has substance or not. Substance means if it is the most important part or not, or if it has pith, that is, it is in the true nature of or true essence of the Constitution or not. Okay. Then the third doctrine that the Supreme Court will use is doctrine of, write it down, colorable legislation. This is the third doctrine that the Supreme Court will use, doctrine of colorable legislation. Now the literal meaning of colorable legislation is under the color or appearance of the power conferred for one particular purpose. The legislature cannot seek to achieve some other purpose. That means in the garb of one thing, you cannot achieve another. ठीक है, you cannot say that you cannot do something or make something favorable to you under the disguise of something else. किसी और का वेश धर कर या किसी और लॉ या एक्ट की आड़ में आप कुछ अपना फायदा नहीं निकाल सकते हो. That is doctrine of colorable legislation. Okay. For example, I'll give you an example also. For example, under the disguise of exercising a legislative power, if an attempt is made to exercise judicial power, then in that case it will be considered as wrong. अगर आप legislative power की आड़ में कुछ ऐसा कर रहे हो जो judicial area से relate करता है, belong करता है, तो वो गलत होगा. These are the three doctrines through which violation of Constitution is tested under Article 131 by Supreme Court. Okay. So I hope you understood today's lecture. उम्मीद करती हूँ आपको आज का lecture अच्छा लगा हो. This was part 2 of the lecture that we have concluded. Thank you.